Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Glad.
Yeah, well, free press, the right of the citizens to know information is always a struggle. I'm glad so many of us are out here today. Assange may not be the most popular person, but we know that we have to defend our right to know, no matter who the government is targeting one year or who they're targeting the next year. We have to stand up for that. So, the government actually dared to put Chelsea Manning back in jail. She's one of the bravest people I know. She was a soldier in the Iraq War whose conscience was awakened while she was fighting in the Iraq War, and she spoke up. She told people a lot of the abuses that were going on and published them through WikiLeaks, and then right after they jailed Chelsea Manning last month, then last week they arrested Julian Assange, and the Trump administration is now trying to extradite him for contributing to Chelsea Manning's leak. Well, I think a lot of us know there are a lot of terrible things that happened in the Iraq War. The information that Chelsea Manning and WikiLeaks revealed was very important. They revealed that a lot of the people held at Guantanamo were innocent, which we wouldn't have known without them. They told us about a lot of the abuses that were going on in the Afghanistan war, in the Iraq War, which we wouldn't have known without them. And WikiLeaks has been publishing information about the misdeeds of Putin's Russia and about Saudi Arabia and about people in governments in many other countries, because WikiLeaks stands for the idea that the people should have more ways of knowing about what powerful people are doing, even when the regular media won't touch it. And for the last 10 years or more, they've been publishing lots of valuable information. WikiLeaks is still publishing valuable information even after Julian Assange started to have his communications cut off. They're a really valuable source for the people who want to know what's going on in the world. Unfortunately, that kind of thing makes the Trump administration hate them, just like a lot of other governments hate them. So Trump went after WikiLeaks. They are trying to put Assange in jail for helping to publish and obtain the information that Chelsea Manning got. They claim that the information was stolen, that WikiLeaks has no right to it. Well, we know right here in Providence, stolen information is important. When Jack White from the Providence Journal published Richard Nixon's tax returns, that was stolen information. There was a law against releasing information from the IRS, and one IRS employee was actually fired as a result. But Jack White and the Providence Journal back then, they published that information. They didn't believe that stolen information shouldn't be published, because we live in a time when more and more they are trying to lock down information. They are making it a crime to access information, even the most important information that the public needs to know to make its decisions. They're trying to make it a crime to access it. We're in an age where there are a number of brave people who leak. There are a number of brave people who hack information that the public should know about and publish it, and WikiLeaks has served a great purpose in doing that. So have others. Hey, thank you. The Trump administration says they want to go after not just WikiLeaks and its founder, they want to go after other people as well. They say not just Assange, but other colleagues cannot hide under the First Amendment anymore. Well, we know this is what the First Amendment was invented for. It's for the public's right to know. You don't have a democracy unless the public finds out about important things. And the people who help us find out about important things, we as the citizens owe a duty to them to support them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to tell them that we have their back. When Chelsea Manning gets put back in jail because the Trump administration is trying to charge Assange over Chelsea Manning's leaks, and the Trump administration doesn't have enough evidence to back it up, they tried to put Chelsea Manning in jail to force her to tell them things that they might be able to use to charge Assange and convict him in court, knowing that they had a thin case. Well, they put Chelsea Manning in jail. We have her back. She doesn't deserve to be in jail. Obama was right to pardon her. Trump Yep, Trump puts her back in jail. Well, we're going to have her back. We're going to have the back of WikiLeaks, because WikiLeaks does not deserve to be punished in American court for things that they did when they weren't even in America. When WikiLeaks published that leak of Chelsea Manning's that now the Trump administration is trying to prosecute them for, they weren't in America, they weren't Americans, but still the Trump administration has the stretched legal theories that make them want to, that they claim give them the right to prosecute anyone, anywhere in the world who informs America and Americans and claim that the publication is violating federal laws. Well, that was never what federal laws were intended for. They weren't intended to cut off the public's right to know important information. And once that information came out, we saw that the public was better off knowing that the people in Guantanamo were innocent. The public was better off knowing what was done in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. And the people who were publishing that information are on the side of democracy, and the Trump administration and the other governments who go after WikiLeaks, they're the ones who are against democracy. Now, I know we have different feelings about Julian Assange as a person. Some of us like him, some of us don't like him. Personally, I'd be fine if he was prosecuted for the allegations of sexual assault in Sweden, but one thing is clear, that our government has no right to put him in jail for informing Americans. That's not what our laws were designed for, and that's not what our Constitution was designed for. Now, I know our government doesn't care much about our laws and our Constitution, but we are going to stand up for them, and we are going to make sure that we have a free press, and whether we're not going to let them set a precedent by prosecuting Assange that's going to be used to intimidate people who tell the truth everywhere. When they try to do it, we will have people's back. So thanks you everybody for coming out today, and I'm sure we'll have to come back again for other things later, but we'll be ready. Thank you.
Thank you, Randall.
Thank you, Randall.